As a camera pans across a seemingly ordinary church congregation in 2017, it captures a parishioner that doesn't belong. Sitting candidly in the last pew is a figure shrouded in a translucent white sheet, its form slightly out of phase with our reality. While others sleep or pray, this silent visitor sits perfectly still, a phantom guest who has come to observe a service not meant for the living. A closer look reveals the true horror. Beneath the shroud, the vague, unsettling contours of a face can be made out. This is no trick of the light or a simple prank. The entity's integrated presence among the worshippers is too deliberate. The question is not if it is supernatural, but what it is. A lost soul seeking solace, or a demonic presence drawn to a house of faith, hiding in the most obvious place of all. In a small New Mexico church, a sacred statue has broken its eternal silence. The bronze figure of Our Lady of Guadalupe, the patron saint of Mexico, has begun to weep, not with water, but with holy oil and the sacred chrism used in baptisms. This is the fourth time the hollow icon has shed these miraculous tears, a phenomenon that defies all scientific explanation and sends a shiver of awe and dread through the faithful. When a statue weeps, it is never without purpose. It is a divine omen, a warning of impending tragedy. The very nature of the tears, the holy oils of sacrament, transforms this miracle into a solemn message. The faithful are left with a chilling, unanswerable question. What looming catastrophe is the Mother of Christ trying to prepare her children for? And is there still time to avert the fate her tears foretell? During a spirited evangelical retreat in Honduras, a congregation's joyful celebration was invaded by a spectral guest. As the faithful danced in unison, a lone figure clad in a stark, funereal white broke through the crowd, its movements forceful and alien. The entity seemed to cast the worshippers aside, with an unseen energy, moving with a purpose that was anything but holy. The most chilling detail is the congregation's complete ignorance. Lost in their fervor, not a single person acknowledges the phantom in their midst. This was no attention-seeking individual. It was an apparition, a ghostly bride crashing the ceremony to deliver a message only the camera could see. Whether a divine vision or a malevolent spirit, its presence turned a spiritual retreat into a haunting. Nestled within a converted Michigan church, the Atwater Brewery holds more than just aged ale. It guards spectral secrets from its 1930s. Passed during a paranormal investigation, the oppressive silence of the former sanctuary was shattered when a luminous winged object materialized in the darkness. Soaring overhead with an unearthly grace, the apparition lingered for only a heartbeat before vanishing back into the void, a silent witness, captured only by the camera's unblinking eye. While psychics were quick to label the presence angelic and protective, its true nature remains a mystery. This fleeting vision confirms what the brewery's employees have long whispered. The hallowed ground was never truly abandoned. Whether a benevolent guardian or a remnant of the past, the phantom serves as a chilling reminder that some patrons never last call, forever lingering between the pews and the pint glasses. Deep in the woods, a group of explorers pushed open the heavy door of a forsaken chapel, its interior a tomb of shadows and silence. But their intrusion was not unnoticed. As they stood frozen in debate, the stillness was shattered by the unmistakable sound of a piano echoing through the hollow space, a ghostly recital meant for them alone. In a moment of pure terror, they flicked off their lights and peered into the next room. There, they saw the source, a spectral musician, bathed in an ethereal glow, its fingers dancing across the keys of an unseen instrument. They fled in a panic, the phantom's melody chasing them to the door. It was only when they spilled out into the night that the music ceased, the ensuing silence more terrifying than the sound itself. The concert was over, and the performer was now free to pursue its fleeing audience. While investigating the haunted grounds of Nest Church, a group of ghost hunters doused their light to hide from a passing combine, plunging themselves into an oppressive darkness. When the light flickered back on, Their camera had captured what their eyes had missed. A translucent figure now standing alarmingly close, its ghostly form adrift in the night air, as if it had materialized from the very shadows around them. The most chilling detail is that the cameraman felt an inexplicable dread at that exact moment. A primal sensation confirming a presence only the lens could see. This was no trick of the light. It was a phantom observer drawn to the living. With locals and previous visitors affirming the church's dark reputation, this drifting specter doesn't just suggest the rumors are true. It proves the dead are still walking the consecrated ground of Ness Church. Deep in the south of Wales, an abandoned church stands as a crumbling monument to a malevolent force. The moment urban explorers squeeze through a window into its cavernous interior, they are met with a palpable, suffocating dread. The air is thick with a history of violation, the stone walls defaced by a gallery of graffiti that feels less like vandalism and more like desperate warnings scratched into the darkness. The explorers themselves confirm the unholy atmosphere, their voices tense with a certainty that the structure is not just empty, but actively haunted. This is not a place of fallen grace, but a corrupted sanctuary where something sinister has taken root. The evil they describe is a physical presence, a chilling energy that clings to the damp stone. It's a feeling so potent, it doesn't just suggest you stay away, it commands it. As a crowd of faithful and tourists gathered beneath the sacred domes of the Vatican, a lone sightseer glanced upward and froze. There, perched in the shadows of a bell tower, was a winged, silhouetted figure, its form stark against the holy stone. This was no statue. It was a living shadow, peering down with a predatory stillness at the unsuspecting masses below. The presence of such an entity in this most consecrated of places is a profound blasphemy. This is not the ghost of a tragic soul. Its winged demonic linguo suggests a malevolent intelligence bold enough to claim a seat of power within God's own city. One thing is terrifyingly clear: whatever cast that shadow, it was no heavenly angel, but a harbinger of something ancient, patient, and utterly profane.